that I bought. So when I was in the fourth grade, I won my school spelling bee. I won the school spelling bee in the fourth grade, and we had to go to, you have to go to a different kind of bee. Like I had to go to the county bee at the time, like the Doherty County District bee. Like, so for the ones who won the school bee, all the school bee winners went to the county bee, to see who won amongst the county. So I went to the county bee. It was at this location. And I spelled ratio wrong, and I was highly upset about that. I was in the fourth grade. I had never heard that word. I just didn't. So I had to got to the word ratio, and I spelled it wrong, and I was livid, when I heard the way it was spelled, and I was just like, oh my God. But I was mad, I was crying. So I never wanted to go there again. I had to go there a few times because they used to use that building for like getting our high school transcripts, etc. So I hated going there. I always did. But lo and behold, how God works. Now I got the keys to it. Now I feel so good about it. And of course, when I actually went in the building, I went to the stage and spelled ratio right on my own. Nobody was there, but that was for me. But that was like kind of sweet victory because I went and bought the school where I lost the spelling bee. Woohoo!
Currently, that is fucking amazing, dog. Sure. Reese Lane, yes, preach king, preach on.
That's the GOAT. She the GOAT. Yep.
Oh, she the GOAT. Why?
Yes, sir.
Why is she?
Bro, y'all gotta go follow her on Twitter. Y'all gonna see.
got Instagram? She has Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. It's her name.
Yeah, so go follow her and support her on Instagram. She's supporting the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Big Dog says, "Did the kids like the trip to the White House?"
Oh, brother, it was beautiful. It was controversial, but it was beautiful. They enjoyed the trip to the White House. Mm-hmm. These kids that I had at the time, some of them I had from the juvenile court system. I actually started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and 2 of them actually still live here with me now. But so I started taking custody of those children, and I had 9 boys at the time.
I'm listening to you, dog. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. DB over there, like, God, he hyperventilating over there.
So I had 9 boys that we went to the White House. We got invited or whatever. Now the community was a little well, I say my Hotep community was upset. The main people of the community, they were happy. They were just like, it don't matter who's the president. You guys got invited because you're doing good work. It is what it is. So we went. I mean, it was beautiful. We went, took a nap on the grass, and I mean, it was beautiful out there, dude. Like the grass, I guess it's like some type of special grass out there or something. But I mean, just everything about it was so great. I mean, the boys had an awesome time. Of course, they got to see the president and stuff. Again, he ain't the most popular person in the world, but hey, it is what it is. And the parents were happy about it. They got all their little White House invitations and stuff. It was beautiful. The boys enjoyed it to the fullest. As did I. Of course, people around the community had stuff to say about it and things like that. But I'm just like, I don't know what's up with y'all and these presidents, because I'm just like, I don't think no president cares about our community. So I don't even know why y'all even worried about whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever. I don't care. I don't think none of them trying to work for black people. But I guess that's what media does to you. So
I always tell people, go to the origin of the logo that's on your shirt. Mm-hmm. Like when people say, "Oh, you did this, you did that," because in my opinion, like freedom creates mental opportunities, right?
Right.
So because you work for yourself and grind for yourself, your aspirations is going to be it just moves different. Not that it's high. Right. I don't want to get into the conversation about, who's better, who's more. No, it just moves different.
Right.
And when people always complain, because I get this a lot about the decisions I make, I say, but who's the owner of the logo?
Right.
That you work on? I'm sure they have managers. Have you did your homework on every manager that works for that company? Every employee that works for that company?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think we get caught up in that small town thinking. Mm-hmm. And I think when you're dealing with kids who like me, I went to inner city high school, then I went to Venice High School. That was the first time I've ever seen a white kid in my actual school, you know what I mean, in my 11th grade year. And not that white person is the example, but it broadened my horizons, because it's the first time where I didn't walk to school where graffiti, liquor store, gangbanger, graffiti, liquor store, gangbanger. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in South Central LA. And I think the more visual, spiritual, physical opportunities you can give a person, not just a child, right, just a person, it enables them to make greater decisions upon making the impossible possible, you know. So
Right.
so kudos to you for just having the ability to think outside of your zip code, you know. And that's why DB, go ahead, man.
Woo! I'm gonna ask you 2-on-1. What did you gather from Savior's Day? And the second question is, do you have any interest in sitting in any political chair?
Absolutely not. I used to want to be the mayor of our city of Albany when I was like in high school. That was a dream of mine. I used to want to be the mayor, but as I began to understand the political process growing up, I understood that the mayor here doesn't make like any major decisions for one. And I come to understand that the biggest change that I want to make really is going to lie with the children. So I've completely released all any political endeavors that I wanted to have. I used to want to be the president one day when I was in high school, but and I got voted most likely to be president in high school, but I got rid of that because when I started working with these kids and started seeing like where the change is really going to happen, I let that political stuff go. I don't wish to run for anything. And some of my boys, they may want to run for something one day, and we're going to support them wholeheartedly. That's what we're going to do. But for me, no, absolutely not. I don't have any more political aspirations. I want to strictly continue training our next generation and keep coming up with new ideas to keep teaching them. And for Savior's Day, you can't even say like no one thing about Savior's Day. Like when you go see the minister and you go be around all that brotherhood and stuff, like it ain't even really no one thing I could just say I got. Like it was so much love and so much teaching, all these different workshops. And I can't even tell you honestly. I don't really have an answer for that. Like if you know the nation and know what they're about, even if you don't, not a member, because I'm not a member, but I was, of course they used to help all the time. They've come to marches I've done. They've done security for me before, at my different functions and stuff. They've been helping me a lot. They've helped me a whole lot. But again, they believe in brotherhood, regardless of if I'm, a member or not. They've always supported everything that I've done across the country. I've been on a lot of their podcasts and shows, etc. They've always supported the X for Boys. So I'm definitely, a big fan of them and, what they've helped us accomplish as far as in the city of Albany. They've helped us do self-defense classes. Everything. And they've never asked me to join, never tried to convert me or anything. They've always just supported what I was doing. But Savior's Day, man, I really ain't got like no one thing, but I just tell you, it was beautiful and you should go one day if you can.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's great, man. And shout out to the Nation of Islam, I guess, for supporting you and also for
always
that environment for the brotherhood. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what did I have for you here? Oh, I watched one of your interviews and you said everybody wanted to hear you talk and nobody wanted to do work. Who were you referring to?
Just like some of the people in our city. And I don't mudsling or anything like that. So I definitely wouldn't like call nobody name or nothing like that. But like, it's just people in the city, as, most older adults that I was around at the time, giving ideas to. It's just nobody wanted to get down and dirty like I want to get down and dirty. Like, and I'm not saying everybody got to go take custody of kids from jail and all that stuff. I'm not saying that or whatever, but doing something is better than doing nothing. I think even just doing something, something small, even if you just find a kid, and that's not yours and be like, hey mom, can I take your son to school every day and give him some wisdom every day, give him something to eat, take a load off from the mom, and just any little thing. Just finding a family to feed once a week, just something. You can go do something. So that's where I stand at. For those people that want to complain about our boys in our community and didn't want to get out with them, that was an issue for me. And I just stopped going to those meetings. I kind of distanced myself from everything that was going on with, our community little meetings and stuff, because nobody wanted to get out here and do the work with the kids that was, committing the crimes. So I've been with these kids who got Grand Theft Auto charges and second degree robbery. And just all these charges. The only kids I don't work with is ones that may have like a violent, offense. But other than that, every child, I've never had a case I couldn't work with. I've worked with children with autism, Down syndrome, all of that. So I hadn't had any kids I hadn't been able to work with. But honestly, I'm like, if I can do it, anybody could do it. So why are we making excuses as to why we can't help our boys? So, when I say just some of our local, people didn't want to do anything, they just, I guess somebody needs to show them the drive. I don't even want to say, they didn't want to do nothing. I'll say they probably just didn't have a driver. They hadn't seen it done yet. because now it's been done. So now I want to see, are we going to step up to the plate, you know, and work with our children?
Right. So in terms of like reading comprehension rates and math analysis and the testing, how do you do that?
Absolutely. So for our school, I'll tell you some of our percentages. So we have an 86% reading comprehension rate, 0% recidivism, and also with our automotive repair skills and construction skills, they all have developed. So what we have to do is get like one by one, see how many kids are attending the workshops, ask them questions before workshops begin. What do you know, as far as working on a car, et cetera, et cetera. And then asking them after they get finished, plus after, watching the practical application, how many of them develop, the necessary skills to be able to say or get the certificate that we give them. Okay, I know how to change brakes. Okay, I know how to change oil. Okay, I know how to change the ceiling fan. Okay, I know how to change the toilet. So it's just kind of closely monitoring all the students. But of course, when the school begins, we'll have a whole formula for that. We haven't developed the full formula yet. Obviously, we aren't all the way there yet. But when the school starts, as far as math and reading, social studies, etc., we'll have to develop a formula to make sure we're monitoring that. Our curriculum will be ever evolving, meaning we will never have a just set curriculum at our school to teach our boys. It will develop as our boys develop. I don't believe you should try to make the students work around a curriculum. No, we need to work our curriculum around how our students are learning. So if I have a set semester of students here that learn this way and the curriculum is working for them, then the next set comes and the curriculum is not working for them. We got to rearrange that curriculum and figure out how can we best serve the students that we have. So.